Good morning, students. Today, let me welcome the 8th class students to this new session of English 2. And in this session, we will continue to discuss from the previous discussions. That means we have been discussing a chapter and that we have been discussing in several classes. Today also we have a class of the chapter. The chapter is relative pronouns. And we have discussed a lot about these relative pronouns. Today we will understand and revise what we have discussed earlier. And before discussing anything new, let's have a little concentration. For that, we should have Brahmanath. Therefore, please sit Siddha with Dhyana Mudra and have Brahmanath. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Relax. Dear students, let me again welcome you to this session of our discussion about English 2. Today's topic is again the relative pronouns. As you know, in the previous classes we have discussed a lot about these relative pronouns. Initially we understand how a word is functioning as a pronoun as well as functioning as a relative. So it is called relative pronoun. And how these relative pronouns have been used in our speeches, statements. As we have discussed, relative pronouns have been used as subjects, objects and possessives. So some of the relative pronouns which can only be used for persons. For example, who and that used as subject for persons, whom and that used for subjects, used for persons as objects. Similarly, whose is used for persons as possessive. That we have not discussed. We will discuss today. So similarly, for things, places, animals. Animals means not the big animals. Those small animals can be and birds. We can use which and that as a subject. Similarly, for them, we can use which and that as an object. And similarly, we can use of which as possessives for these things, places, animals, and birds. And for your information, we have already been through several classes of this topic. In the meantime, what we discussed how, who and that are used as subjects for persons. Similarly, we also understood how whom and that are used as objects for persons. And in place of whom, how we have used who. And when we can use whom, when the who or whom is used after a preposition, we must use whom there as an object. Understand? While what combining sentences, for that we understood those exercises like your exercise 13, your exercise 14 of your English 2, and several groups like A, B, C. Similarly, we have also understood which and that in our previous class used as subjects for things, places, animals and birds while combining sentences. Okay, and for that we have understood several statements which we have combined using which and that as subjects in our exercise 15. So exercise 15 has 4 groups. One is A, B, C and D. As far as A and B are concerned, we have used what and which as subjects for things, that means non-living things, animals, places, birds, etc. And today we will discuss how which and that are used as objects for things, places, animals and birds while combining two sentences and using them as relative pronouns. As we know the concept, what exactly the relative? Relative means combining. A word that combines two phrases or sentences, but at the same time it functions as a pronoun. Therefore, it is called relative pronoun. So, without discussing more about our previous discussions, let's start with how we use which and that for things, places, animals and birds as an object. Okay, so let's understand about them. For that, let me write something on this board. Okay, here you see I have our today's discussion is how which that used as objects. Which and that means they are the relative pronouns. How these relative pronouns which and that are used as objects, because before we understood how they used as subjects and about them we discussed in the previous class. So how today we will understand that they are used as objects. Let's see from this example. Okay, so for that even if they are used as an object we can use which and that. But remember, we used the same which and that while using these relative pronouns as subjects as well. But now we are understanding how they are used as objects. Now let's understand from these statements. Okay, here you see, I have found the pen. What did I find? I have found. What I have found? What have I found? The pen. What is that pen? Which pen? Several pens we have. So similarly, next sentence is that I had lost the pen. That means the pen which I had lost, I have found. What? That is the same pen. So here you see, both these sentences, we have a common noun. That is the pen. And they are again used as objects. Yes or no? They are used as objects. So here I is subject, have found is the verb. So what we will do? We will combine both the sentences, creating a relation between them and used as a pronoun. So how we can do this? You see, this pen means a thing. For that we can use that or which. That or which. We can use that or which for that. So what we will do? For that we can use either that or which. So this that and which we will take over here. That or which. So what happened? That or which I had lost. That and which I had lost. And the entire sentence we will take and put at the end of the sentence and combine this. So now what will happen? I have found the pen that I had lost. Or I have found the pen which I had lost. Understand? So in this two ways we can use either that or which as an object for this relative pronoun that and which to combine the sentences, because we have referred to an object. Now come to the second sentence. Here you see the house is for sale. What is for sale? The house. Here is the noun. So I used to live in it. In it means here it means the house. So here in the second sentence the it, that means which is substituted for house, which is a pronoun for this house, is used as an object in the second sentence. And for that, though it is not a person, it is a thing, we can use that or which. But remember, we have a constraint over here. We can use either that and which for that, but provided we have to take something into our account. What is that? Here is a word. What is this? Preposition is there. If it is there, that means if we are using before that or which, it has to be taken very carefully. We cannot, that means we have to make in which. We cannot use that over here. So what we can do? In which, what we will do? We will take to the beginning of the sentence. And what will be our sentence? The house in which, that means after this house, in which I used to live. I used to live is for sale. Is for sale. The house in which, because we cannot use in that, and if there is a preposition, we must use which. It is the rule. So we can use in which I used to live is for sale. So this sentence, the second sentence, which we are used inside this first sentence, is functioning as an adjective. You can better understand when you will be in higher classes, when you will understand relative clauses, you can better understand, but I am not telling you about this, that will confuse you. So here what happened, we have taken the entire sentence using a relative pronoun at the beginning of the same sentence for as an object, and we use this after the noun phrase in the first sentence. So what happened? The house in which I used to live is for sale. Okay, so you see, here we have used in, therefore we have used which over here. But we can use that over here as well, provided we have to take this in to after this verb over here. How it will be? You see, the house that, or which also you can use, but we want to understand how we are using that in place of which, because which will be surely used if there is a preposition. But in place of that, in that we cannot use. But we can use that if you don't use this preposition before that. And the house that I used to live then in. You see, after this verb, the preposition went and used after this verb instead of used before this relative pronoun. That. But if it had been which, we have to use in over there. Is for sale. Also we can do in either way. So if we use a preposition before the relative pronoun which and that, we must use only which. We cannot use that, that means in that, but we can write in which. But we can use that if we don't keep this preposition before that and take it after this verb, so that it can be correct in either way. Understand? So this is how we used this which and that, the relative pronouns as objects for things, animals and birds, places, etc. Okay, so now let's understand how we can use whose, the possessive case, and of which, the possessive case for persons, things, animals, all those things. We use whose for persons and of which for things, animals, birds and other non-living things. For that, let me write something on the board. Now, let's discuss how we understood how we used that and which for subjects, that and which for objects as relative pronouns. Now we are understanding that whose and of which as possessives, used as possessives, as a relative pronoun for possessives, while combining two sentences as a relative pronoun for possessives. We use whose as a relative pronoun for possessive for persons, if it is a person. We use of and which when we use as a relative pronoun for things, animals and birds and some other non-living things while combining two sentences used as a relative pronoun. Now understand, don't be confused. We are discussing very slowly and clearly for your better understanding. You see, here are some examples. Here you see, in number 1, there are two sentences. What are they? The boys' cycle broke down. Whose cycle broke down? Boys. That means this boys is talking about the possessive case of a boy. Understand? So what is the second sentence? The boy walked to the school. Who walked to the school? The boy. Who is that boy? Whose bicycle broke down? Who is that boy walked to the school? The boy whose bicycle broke down walked to the school. Understand? So what will happen? For these boys, we can use whose. And whose bicycle broke down, the entire sentence we will take and put over here. How is the sentence? Now we will write the second sentence. The boy whose bicycle broke down, whose bicycle broke down, walked to school. Walked to school. The boy whose bicycle broke down, because it is a boy's possessive case, it is talking about the ownership. So whose bicycle was broke down, we have used whose because we are talking about the boy, a person. Therefore we have used whose over here. If it is not a person, then we could have used of which. If it is a thing or animal, that we will discuss right now. So you understood it is a person. We used the possessive case of this relative pronoun and combined both the sentences by taking the first sentence and added into the second sentence after the noun phrase, so that the sentence is more clear and combined. And here, whose is functioning as a pronoun as well as a relative. So it is a relative pronoun of a possessive case. Now understand the next thing. The team has won. Team has won. Which team? There are several teams. Which team has won? We have more idea about this particular team. So, to classify, to analyze and to give more information about the particular team which was won, let's find the information available in the second sentence. I am a member of the team. Here, team is not a person. It is a group. Understand? So, when we are thinking of a group, we are not taking as a person, we take as an abstract thing. So we can say which over here, and here is again a preposition of which. So what we will do? This of which we will do and write over here. Of which. So what we will do? The team of which I am a member has won. Understand? So now write the team of which I am a member has won. Understand? So this is how we are using the possessive case of relative pronouns while combining two sentences as a possessive. Okay, so now we understood lot of things about how these relative pronouns are used for persons and things. For persons we use who and that for subject, whom and that for object, whose for possessive case. Similarly for things, animals and birds we understood how we use that and which as a subject, that and which as an object. Similarly of which as a possessive case from these examples. Okay, and these things, the possessive case of that and which, that and which used as subject, object, and possessive case whose and of which, all are coming under your exercise 15. And as far as exercise 15 is concerned, we have discussed A and B group of exercise 15 in the previous class. That was related with how that and which used as a subject. And the remaining group, that means the C and D part of your 15 exercise 15 is related with how that and which are used as objects and how whose and of which are used as possessive cases, as relative pronouns for possessive cases, for talking about for combining sentences. And the exercise C and D of the C and D part of your exercise 15 is dealing with how that and which are used as objects for things and animals, and of and which of which and whose, how they are used as possessives. Let's discuss some statements of the exercise 15 C as well as D if possible. Okay. Here you see, we are going to discuss the exercise 15 of the group C. That means we have already discussed A and B earlier in the previous discussion. The video you can revise to understand more about them. And now we are discussing C. In this C, what happens? You see, there are some statements given over here, which we will combine them, the pairs of sentences, to be combined using a relative pronoun. So, how we are using that and which as objects? You see, the bicycle was a new one. We don't know which bicycle. The bicycle is a new one. Which bicycle? That Hari rode the bicycle. Here, the next sentence, bicycle is used as an object. So, for that, for this, we can use that or which. So, and what we will do, in place of this bicycle, we will use what and which, and instead of writing this, we can write which or that. Okay? Understand? So, which or that Hari rode. So, what we will do, after this noun phrase, the bicycle, which or that Hari rode was a new one. The bicycle which or that Hari rode was a new one. Similarly, you see, can I borrow the book? Here, the book we are talking about. And next sentence, you are reading it. It means what? The book. It means book. Book is a thing. For that we can use that or which. Okay. And what we will do is this which or that can be taken to the beginning of the sentence. Which or that again. Okay. What will happen? Can I borrow the book? Which or that you are reading? And here the question mark. Can I borrow the book? The book which or that you are reading. Can I borrow the book which you are reading? and here is the question mark. Next, the letter reached me this evening. The letter reached me this evening. Which letter? Which particular letter reached me this evening? So the information is available in the second sentence. What? You had sent the letter. The letter which you had sent. That means in place of letter we can use which or that, and write over here, and which and that is should be taken to the beginning of the sentence, and after this letter we can write here. So the letter which or that you had sent. The letter which you had sent had reached me this morning. Reached me this morning. So the letter which you had sent reached me this morning. So we took this which and used it at the beginning of the sentence, and the complete sentence we wrote after this letter. Okay, here it is used as a relative pronoun. But if when you grow up, when you understand, you will understand how it is functioning as an adjective and how it is called a relative clause. We are not discussing that. Okay, now you understood how we combined using this, that and which as a relative pronouns used as objects in these statements. Let's discuss some other such combinations, how we can combine using that and which as objects. Here you see some other statements of the exercise 15C. 4, 5, 6 now we are going to discuss and combine them using the relative pronouns, using that and which as the objects. Okay, now see, this is the house. This is the house. Which house? So, Manoj built it. It means what? It means the house used as object. For that it, we can use either that or which. Yes or no? But this that and which we will use at the beginning of the sentence. That means that Manoj built or which Manoj built. And what we will do? The second sentence we will write after this. So what will happen? This is the house which or that Manoj built. This is the house which or that Mohan built. Similarly, see the next sentence. Could you return the pen? Could you return the pen? Which pen? I lent you a pen. Here the pen, that means is used in object. For that we can use which or that. And taking this which and that, we can write over here which or that. So at this sentence we will write before this question mark. What will happen? Could you return the pen which or that I lent you? So instead of this question mark, the question mark will be used over here. So could you return the pen that or which I lent you? Question mark. Could you return the pen which or that I lent you? Question mark. Similarly, I have found the book. I was looking for it. I found the book. Which book? I found that which I was looking for. So here you see, here for it we can use which, because we cannot use that over here because here is a preposition. Here is a preposition. So for that we cannot use. We can use for which. Okay, and for which should be written over here at the beginning of the sentence. And after this book we can write. So what we will do? I have found the book of for which I was looking. I have found the book which I was looking. Or you can write instead of for which we can write over here only that, but we have to use the for after this looking. We can write either way. So we can write I have found the book that I was looking for. Or for which I was looking in two ways. Okay, so let's discuss some other such statements and combine them using relative pronouns that and which as objects. Here you see, we are going to discuss right now some other such statements. We will combine using them a relative pronouns. Now you see, this is the book. I left the money. This is the box. I left the money in it. So it means what? It means the box. For that we can use which or that. Here we cannot use that because here is a preposition. We must use in which. Okay? So we can write in two ways. So if we write in, then we must use in which. Then we can use that if we do not use in before that. We can use in at a certain place. So again, what we will do? We take this to the beginning of the sentence. That means in which. Okay? So this is the box. This is the box in which I left the money. This is the box in which I left the money. Okay, so here we can use that in place of in which we can use that, and in can be written at the end of the sentence. So this is the box that I left the money in. We can write. Okay, but in that we cannot write. So similarly, let's say the hut was near the forest. The holy man lived in it. It means what? It means the hut used as an object. So here in place of it, we can use which, or we can use that. We can use which or that. We can use in which or that. Okay, so the hut, instead of using this, in which we will write at the beginning, in which the hut, in which the holy man lived was near the forest. So the hut in which the holy man lived was near the forest. So we used in which over here. We can use that, but we cannot use in that. The hut that the holy man lived in. Here we have to write after the verb. We have to use the preposition. The hut that the holy man lived in was near the forest. Okay, so similarly, you understand the number 9. Mohan won the first prize. Who won the first prize? Mohan won the first prize. He has been working for it. It means the first prize, used as an object. And see, before there is a preposition. So it should be for which or simply that. We can write it Mohan won the first prize. Won the first prize for which he had been working hard. For which he had been working hard. Okay? So Mohan won the first prize for which he had been working hard. Okay? So similarly, you see the next sentence, last sentence is this pen is very lucky. This pen is very lucky. This pen is very lucky. Which pen? I did all the papers in it. So I have written all these papers. That means written. I did all the papers means I wrote all the answers of all papers using the same pen. So with it is a thing used as an object. So we can use that or which. But here say with is used as a preposition. So with which we can write, or that we can use instead of using the preposition. So what should be the answer? Let's see. The answer can be like such. This is the pen. This pen with which because here is with preposition with which I did all the papers, because we have to take this at the beginning of the sentence. I did all the papers is very lucky. Understand? So this pen with which I did all the papers is very lucky. Okay, so in this way we can combine that and which as relative pronouns for objects, for things and animals. Let's understand the group D, where we will understand the possessive case of using whose for persons and of which for things and animals or birds, and combine them using them as possessive cases in some other statements from the section D of your exercise 50. Okay? For that, let me write something. Now let's understand how whose is used as a possessive relative pronoun and of which is used as a possessive relative pronoun for persons and for things and animals respectively. So here you see in this group D of your exercise 15 we are discussing right now is my sister stood fast in the class. Who stood fast? My sister stood fast. Is it used as subject? My sister's answers were correct. That means it is possessive case. My sister's. So in place of my sister's, we can use whose answers were correct. And we will take the entire sentence and write after this sister. So what will happen? My sister whose answers were correct stood fast in the class. So my sisters whose answers were correct stood fast in the class. Similarly, he is looking for Miss Sam. Who is looking for? He is looking for. Whom is he looking for? For Miss. So he wants to borrow Mrs. book. Mrs. book. That means whose book? Whose book? Whose book he wants to borrow? He is looking for Mrs. whose book he wants to borrow. So he is looking for Mrs. whose book he for Misa whose book he wants to burn. Understand how we used whose for persons as possessives. So see, the man is out of station. Who is out of station? The man. His house. His means is possessive. Man's house. The man's house. That means whose house? Whose house is on fire. So this man whose house is on fire is out of station. So what we will write? The man whose house is on fire is out of station. Is out of station. You understood how we used whose? Because we are talking about persons. Let's discuss some other statements and combine them using a possessive case of relative pronoun. Okay, for things and persons. Just wait. See, here are some other combinations, other pair of words which we will combine using relative pronouns whose or of which as their possessive cases. Now you understand. The lady is my aunt. Who is my aunt? The lady. I stayed at the lady's house. Whose house? Lady's house. That means instead of ladies, we can use whose house. So whose house we will take to the beginning of the sentence. That means whose house I stayed at the whose house I stayed last night. That means whose house I stayed at the last night. That means we will take the second sentence and who is over here. What we will write? The lady whose house I stayed at last night is my aunt. So the lady whose house I stayed at the last night is my aunt. Okay, this is how we will combine. Similarly, the principal has called the boy. The principal has called the boy. Which boy he called? Whom did he call? So, the boy's books have been stolen. Whose books? The boys, in place of boys, we can write whose, because it is a person. Whose books have been stolen. The principal called the boy whose books have been stolen. You can just write like this. So instead of whose, we can combine now. The principal has called the boy whose books have been stolen. Similarly, you see number 6. I want to see the car. I want to see the car. Here you see. I want to see the car. The girl's father. Whose father? That means person. Whose father? So instead of girl's father is a doctor. That means whose father is a doctor. I want to see the girl whose father is a doctor. We can write directly like this. So we can continue the sentence like this. I want to see the girl whose father is a doctor. So similarly, number 7, the teacher punished the boys. Whom did the teacher punish? The teacher punished the boys. Who are those boys? So their homework was incomplete. That means whose homework is incomplete? These boys teacher punished. So what we will write? We will write the teacher punished the boys whose homework was incomplete. So the teacher punished the boys whose homework was incomplete. Similarly, number 8, this is the patient. This is the patient. Who is this patient? His colon is to be removed. His means person whose colon is to be removed. A certain part of our inner body can be removed. So, this is the patient whose colon, in place of his, we can write whose. So, this is the patient. This is it. This is the patient whose colon is to be removed. Understand? So now we used whose as a possessive relative pronoun to combine the sentences into a single sentence. We understood from these discussions of exercise 15C and D how we used that and which as objects to combine two sentences as relative pronoun. We also understood the exercise 15D using whose or of which for persons and things for combining two sentences using a relative pronoun whose or of which. So I am sure you could understand them, you understood them, and you write all those exercises in your notebook. If you have any problem, you can clarify them in our doubt clearance classes. And everything we have discussed the previous class and today's class, we have discussed how that and which are used as objects and whose is used possessives for persons and of which used as possessives for things. And we have also understood how we combine the sentences using that and which as object, whose and of which as possessives in the exercise 15C and D group. And next class we will discuss more things. Till then, only this much. I wish you write your exercise with the questions and answers I will send you. I have already sent you, but still some other pages which are left I will send you along with this video. And I wish you will give your comments about your understanding, and if necessary you can like it or dislike if you don't like this. Okay, but I wish everybody should see, try to understand. If any problem you have my phone number, you can call me anytime. Till then, thank you. Only this much today. Next class, more things we will discuss.